I never thought my life would end up like this. I never thought my marriage, the one I believed in with my whole heart, would crumble in an instant with a single confession. But here I am. Now, I'm standing at a crossroads, and half my family thinks I'm an asshole for not wanting to play the fool anymore. My wife, 30F, and I, 33M, have been married for 7 years. Our daughter, or at least the child I thought was mine, is 3 years old. Looking back, I should have known something was off. When my wife was pregnant, things were normal. But after she gave birth, it was like she had a complete shift in how she treated me. She became extra affectionate, constantly hugging me, kissing me, making time for intimacy like never before. She started baking my favorite desserts all the time. She told me constantly how much she loved me, how lucky she was to have me. I thought it was just new mom emotions. I was wrong. That wasn't love. That was guilt, and I was too blind to see it. 2 weeks ago, we had a beautiful family day out. I took my daughter to the park. We got ice cream, and I spent the entire day feeling like the luckiest man alive. Then, that evening, my wife sat me down. I noticed she was shaking. At first, I thought she was nervous about something small, maybe an issue at work or some bad news from a friend. I had no idea that she was about to drop a bomb that would destroy my world. She took a deep breath, tears already forming in her eyes. She's not yours. I laughed, not because I thought it was funny, but because it didn't make sense. What? I asked, still smiling like a goddamn idiot. Her lip quivered. Tears streamed down her face. She's not yours. I'm so sorry. I felt my stomach drop. The air felt thick, like I was suffocating. What are you talking about? My voice barely came out. That's when she told me everything. She cheated. It was a guy from the gym. It lasted for a month. When he found out she was pregnant, he ghosted her. And through all of this, she just let me believe I was a father. For 3 years. I sat there, staring at her, as my entire world collapsed. I thought I would be angry, enraged, furious, ready to tear the whole house apart. But all I felt was emptiness. I wanted to tell you, she sobbed, reaching for me. I flinched away like she was poison. Please, you're the only father she knows. She fell to her knees, clutching my leg, sobbing uncontrollably. Please, we can get through this. I love you. You love her. She's still your little girl. My body moved on autopilot. I stood up. I grabbed my jacket, and I walked out the door. She chased me in the driveway, barefoot, crying, screaming. Don't leave, US. Please, don't leave. I turned back, my vision blurry from the tears. All I could choke out was, you already left me. Then I got in my car and drove away. I checked into a cheap motel, one of those places with stiff beds and flickering lights. Then I grabbed a bottle of cheap whiskey from a gas station. I don't even remember drinking it. I just remember crying. Crying until my entire body ached. Crying because I realized something that hurt more than the cheating itself. I still love that little girl, but she wasn't mine. I fell asleep at some point. I don't know when, but when I woke up, I felt empty. I turned my phone on. 172 messages. All from her. I didn't read a single one. I just blocked her. Then I called a lawyer. By the evening, I got another flood of calls, this time from my mom and sister. At first, I thought they were checking on me. Nope, they were calling on her behalf. Apparently, my wife had gotten them first. She spun the narrative as a mistake that happened years ago, and my mom and sister bought it. My mom told me I was overreacting and being cruel by abandoning my family. She said I needed to step up and forgive my wife for the sake of our daughter. Then she hit me with a bombshell. If you go through with this divorce, I'll disown you. Why was my mom so hell-bent on this? Then I realized my sister is infertile. She's never been able to have kids, and my mom adores my daughter. To her, this wasn't about my pain. This was about her losing her grandchild. She didn't care that I was used, that I was lied to, that my entire life was a sham. She just didn't want to lose access to the kid. That realization hurt more than anything. I texted her back. She's not my daughter. And if you can't support me in this, then I guess I've already lost my family. Then I blocked her too. Final update. The truth about the real father. I found out something even worse. The real father knew. My wife had been sending him updates, pictures, school milestones. She even met up with him 5 years ago for lunch. She had been playing house with me while keeping him in the loop. And now that the truth was out, he ghosted her completely. She threw away our marriage for a guy who didn't even want the kid. Am I the asshole? I'm finalizing the divorce. I'm staying with my best friend and his wife. And for the first time in weeks, I feel hopeful. My ex still tries to reach out. I ignore her. She made her choices. And now she gets to live with them. I may have lost my family. I may have lost a little girl I loved. But one thing is certain. I will never let this happen to me again. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks for listening to Hidden Thread Teller. See you in the next one.